One morning, a young girl named Kathy was walking to school. On the way, she happened to see another girl playing at the end of the street. For some strange reason, the girl was jumping up and down. Kathy knew the girl must be attending the same school as her because they were both wearing the same school uniform. When Kathy got closer, she saw that the girl was jumping up and down on a manhole cover. Kathy was puzzled. She wondered what the girl was doing. She jumping up and down on that same spot like that. Was she insane? Was it a game? As she was jumping, Kathy heard the girl muttering to herself, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Kathy came closer to the girl and realized it was Monica, a quiet and strange girl from her class who was often the target of bullying. Sometimes, the other girls in class would just ignore Monica. At other times, they would play cruel pranks on her. The teachers knew she was being bullied, but they just turned a blind eye and didn't bother getting involved. And why would they invite themselves to any kind of trouble? All those girls belonged to rich, well-off families and were spoiled brats. Realizing that school was about to start in a few minutes, Kathy turned off, leaving Monica to her strange, odd game. That day at school, Kathy noticed that there was an empty desk. Monica hadn't shown up for school. All day, Kathy wondered what Monica was up to. When the school bell rang, all the girls streamed out onto the street. Kathy walked home with her friend Raina. Raina was one of the girls who had always mocked Monica and played the cruelest pranks on her for fun. Raina noticed Monica jumping up and down on the manhole cover. It was the same spot Kathy had seen her on the way to school in the morning. Kathy asked Raina to ignore Monica and just walk home. But Raina had something on her mind. She wanted to bully Monica. She walked up to Monica and stopped right in front of her. Kathy walked with Raina. Monica just kept on jumping up and down on the same spot as if the girls weren't there. She had a big smile on her face and just went on saying, 7, 7, 7, 7. What are you doing? Raina asked Monica. Monica didn't answer and went on jumping and saying, 7, 7, 7. I asked, what are you doing? Shouted Raina. Monica just ignored her and just kept on jumping. Raina was furious at this. Who do you think you are to ignore me? Answer me when I talk to you, you ugly-looking girl. Until that moment, Raina had never hated Monica like the others did, but the sight of the girl enjoying herself so much and ignoring her completely filled Raina with anger. You better tell me what you're doing or you'll be sorry, warned Raina. Monica kept jumping with a smile on her face as if she hadn't heard Raina's warning. At that moment, Raina lost her temper and pushed Monica to the ground. My turn, said Raina, as she stood on the manhole cover in place of Monica. Raina jumped up in the air, and at that very moment, Monica reached out and pulled out the manhole cover. Raina fell straight inside the manhole. Monica got to her feet and covered the manhole back again. Then, with this big smile of satisfaction on her face, she looked at Kathy and stood on the manhole cover. She gave out an evil laugh and started jumping up and down again. As she jumped, she said, 8, 8, 8, 8. Kathy stood there, looking at Monica in shock.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos.